Hi there. Day number 5. We're back in the train station, empty as always, because this is only a loading backdrop as we sit right on in. Come on in as we join ourselves, getting over to the studio, really explaining as we move along. Day 5 already. It's been a wonderful time. I hope you've checked out some of the shorts, some of the content from day 1 through 4. Just to recap our last episode, go ahead and skip towards the end. We actually went through with it and performed the auto digitization feature. The jury's still out on who wins that first image, but we learned quite a bit. Go ahead and drop a comment if you think that Skynet's continuing to evolve at a faster rate than I am. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, do we have a separate sample for us today on day number 5. Let's get right over to the studio and explain exactly what we're doing here today. And so just like that, after some review of our first episodes, who, what, where, and why. Who is the Embroider versus challenge against whom? Ourselves and the computer, to see how we can progress, what kind of techniques are involved. And the what is embroidery digitization, because some believe that if you don't have the proper tutelage, you don't know what you're doing. But we all know that the only way to get to Carnegie Hall is a lot of damn practice, practice, practice. We're not ashamed of that. And boy, oh boy, do we have an awesome sample for us in this ominous music today. Quick thank you to White Bat Audio for providing some of this overlay. Let's kick it up a notch, shall we? Surprisingly enough, his mix today is called Ominous. There's nothing ominous about what we're doing today. When you see this next clip and the what and no, we covered that. We you're repeating yourself. It's fine. It's fine. The what is Hatch Embroidery, which we'll see on the next screen. Let's go ahead and jump right in and head on over, and let's 3, 2. Damn, I look good. Look at this. Look at this. And so as we come right over here, let's go ahead and go to this design information. This is again taken from some of the archived footage, some of the spectacles. This is actually from Volume 1, 1998. Speaking into the silence here, this is actually an episode with Blind Al. Huh. Interesting. Well, on this page, this is Blarney the dinosaur that Deadpool happens to be conversing with. And in order to not... Come on. In order to not get... What am I trying to... In order to stay within the art concept here. There we go. There we go. Now we're back on track, folks. We're back. Brain fart's done. Bam. All it took was just a little bit of background. Look at this. Much better. We probably should have started this day 1, but hey, we a little over eager on our first attempt. And so this is our item today, and what we're going up against again is this left-hand function right over here, auto digitize. I have already done some preliminary work. Crop this down to 4.5 inches by 3.5. We'll see what we end up with. I've also set up our colors for today. Can you play this a little louder? Jeez. Oh, fire the producer on this show. Remind me when I get to Amir to talk to him. Okay. We've set up our colors. Nice red shade, black, white, and a little bit of this color here. Just go with a light blue. I don't know what's registering on your screen there. And let's go ahead and just jump right on in. Digitize some closed shapes. And we've actually done this in a hierarchy so that way we can kind of keep track as we move along in today's live. Let's make sure that we keep up the pace. Let's pick the right color. There we go. There we go. Digitize close. Let's just top to bottom, left to right, but I'm actually going to do the head first. There we go. I hope everyone is having a wonderful weekend so far. Damn heat wave is pretty intense. But it's actually very cold in this studio here. And there we go. Look at that. We're gonna move right along today. I'm gonna say, from a layering perspective, probably the neck should have gone first. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and hit Shift L. Right. Let's go ahead and move this sequence up just a little bit so we can kind of get that overlap. And just so we can go ahead and create something of a different look. There we go. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and hide these two. A little bit different from our first episodes. What we're going to be doing is digitizing, then hiding, so that way we don't get confused. Also, it creates a little bit of suspense, a little bit of a real enunciate. A little bit of suspense. Now, if I'm looking at this glove here, layers and levels, which one goes first? I'm thinking this finger goes first, and then the hand, and then the thumb. So we'll just keep them all separate, shall we? Yeah, why not? Let's go to digitize closed. And there we go. Let's see. Yeah, kind of forgetting. What was it? It was curve, curve, straight. Right, there we go. Curve, curve, straight. There we are. That comes from episode 1. We kind of discovered a little method to get these nice little hard angles. And so it's a curve, curve, straight on your mouse pad. Essentially left click, right click. All right, let's make our way right around. There we go, perfect. Give him some character here. And I'm thinking, let's see if we can do some borders today. Why not, right? So let's create this thumb straight over. Damn, 5 minutes and we're already halfway through? I I anticipated that we'd be going at a quicker pace. So for those of you that stick around, we may jump to the bonus today. And let me just hint, you've seen this in the parks, and it's on a cardigan. Small hint there. If you know what it is, go ahead and drop it down before you can. Let's just see if you know what. Come on. You know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and click back on here, hit H, and let's grab this stop and let's place it right next to here. Just trying to get rid of that line in such a way that, there we go. Perfect. Kinda interesting. I think we've taken care of a majority of the red. Let's go ahead and hide this as well. Our next shade for today, over to the black. So we'll pick number 63 on our threads. Digitize them closed. And I'm thinking two separate eyes, both satins, kind of overlapping. Let's go this one first. That sounds kind of nice. Let's break it up on top of that tatami stitch. And if you're wondering what a satin might look like, let's go ahead and select it here. Come right over here to this button. Damn, that's good. Okay. Now, if we have the other overlaying on top, we'll digitize close again. Slight overlap. Let's capture this. Oh, that's not going to work. We got to throw at least a hard line in there somewhere. There we go. Okay, and then a hard. And what I mean by hard is right click. You'll notice when we go into edit, it's either a curve or a straight line. We're just alternating between the two. Okay, so great example. Let's just zoom right on in and see. This is a nice satin. This other here is a tatami, which we're going to switch over to a satin. Now, doesn't that look so much better? Let's go ahead and hit M. Yeah, M. Yeah. M for measure, but I'm going to switch over to metric. I'm just curious. What is the distance on this? Whoa, 20 mils. Interesting. I paused for reflection because the rules, the general rules that we were supposed to follow somewhat says 12 is the max. Okay. All right. Let's go look at the properties on this and see if we have the proper effects of breaking this up. Because you can do a wider satin, but it's just gonna auto split. Basically, it's not gonna go from way over here to way over there to it. Again, we might not even digitize this anyway. Sorry, embroider this because we might. Who knows? Let's never say never, right? Never say never. Hide those. Work with me here, or crash. Let's just see what Hatch does today. There we go. We're still on. Hide that selected. We're going to go ahead and hit save. We'll move on to the collar of the superhero suit. Add in some more of that detail on that side, see what we're missing towards the end. And this is what the great function of hiding some of this is. There we go. Very, very perfect for what we're looking for. Let's make sure we grab this one too. Right away, right away. Satin, right away. Look at that. There you go. Okay, okay, okay. Now, what do we want to do? You know what? Let's use some freehand closed and let's just go top to right, left to bottom. Top to bottom, left to right. Dyslexia coming in again for the win. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Oh. I'm going to exaggerate this one, make it a little wider. Okay. Should we? Why not? So we're just gonna since we're on the single, right, let's go ahead and zoom right on in so we can get it just where we need to. Wonderful. And now let's go back to the freehand closed. Just capture this here. I see it too. I'm bouncing around. It's all right. We can resequence. Don't get stuck in a rut. Do what you can. Make some mistakes. Have some fun. Here we go. Well, that didn't work. So what just happened? This is what happens when you don't lock your reference image. Let's go ahead and lock that sucker. Cannot move anymore. Freehand, close shape. Yeah, why not? That's nice. It even connected that. This program, again, if you were to take this over to an embroidery file, it does its best at trying to sequence, route them accordingly with whatever programming it has inside. It's really amazing to see this in action. And I'm just so glad that you're here with us today, again, for day number 5 as we're moving right along. Let's freehand close shape the crap out of this. All right. Let's go ahead and capture a freehand open, but this time we'll switch over to a satin, and our thickness, pushing the boundary. I know, 1 mil, super tight, super small, but we're gonna just try it out. Oof, oof, oof. Hey, not bad, not bad. This is no tablet, sans tablet today. Straight up mouse. Look at that. Constant digitizing line. Again, probably credit goes to the smoothing right up here. Bump that sucker up and it'll help you out. That was terrible. Amateur hour. Just like a little snake. Oof. All right. Let's go ahead and, since we can't, and we're only going to be doing the white We'll switch over without hiding anything. One of the very few times. That's a little characteristic, but try again. Very on spot to what we are looking for. What's going on here? Why can't we... Actually, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Let's go ahead and select both of these. That's right. You may have guessed it. Let's change over some of our start stops so that way we can get rid of any of those imperfections that want to show up. So what I'm doing is moving the start and stop next to each other just to kind of move some of that texture, we'll call it. Okay, we only have one more color. Let's go ahead and... Is it this one? Here we go. Hide that one. And let's move on to our next and final shade before we hit the reveal. See, and this is, again, great advancement from day one. We were just figuring it out, trying to get our bearings on day one. All right, let's go on. Don't mind me, just had to hit play on our background. There we go. Now these two, you guessed it. What is it? Alternating stitch types to create a different texture. Nope, not that one. That's the one. We're going to switch that angle like that, and like that. Okay, are we ready for the big, huge reveal? In 3, 2... Look at how good I look. Look at that. Let's go ahead and hide our reference image. Go ahead and unlock it. Let's go ahead and hide this. If we were only to select it. We'll just let that catch up to itself. But I think this is an amazing progress for today. Oh, that is so interesting. Ha! There we go. Let's hide that one. Now look at that. Look at that. Okay. Day number 5. This is our attempt. This is what we've done. Again, we're coming in, we're coming out. We're just gonna make our attempts. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna hit Control Copy, Control Paste, and switch it over to an outline. And on that outline, if you noticed, damn, that looks good. Let's go ahead and push that all the way to the top. Bring it down just a few more times on top of that red that we'll find. And just like that, we've added a border to it, which means we can apply the same concept to this overall outline. But we kind of already did it. Oh well. We're not worried about overlaps at this point. Okay, let's just let it catch up. I guess we weren't done. Let's go ahead and, this is our bonus slight. Are we gonna get to the other one? I don't even know. Okay, let's paste this here. Switch this over to an outline. nice black shade. And that. What do you think? Pretty damn spot on. If I... All right, let's call our attempt. Let's hit save. Let's jump right into the Embroider versus Challenge. And this is what it is. And here we go. We're going to find what exactly... Unhide selected. Come on, come on. Let's move it right over here, right next to it. And we just come right over to the auto digitize function. Thank you very much. We are selected. And again, if we lose you, we'll post our results. This is a smaller item. It should come right out. And look at that. You be the judge. Let's pause for reflection. It's got a lot more detail in the glove here. A lot of layers of satin. I'm going to go with we win on this one here. Simplicity. Just overall concept and execution. I think we got this one. I think we're all square. 1-1. I think we're tied up. Did I just admit that we lost our... Yeah, we lost our first one. The first one, damn, the computer did well. It put spots. Again, it was a fairly detailed image. This is a simpler one, but for those of you that stuck around, let's take a few more minutes. Let's tease the next partial one. So I'm going to take you right back on over to the studio. While I set that up. Here we go. Now, gave a hint. You've seen this in the parks. Which park? The only park where it's the happiest place, right? There's a cardigan, a special cardigan that was worn. Let's go ahead and take a look. That's right, that's right. We actually have a cardigan in stock that we're going to practice actually digitizing this in our fan attempt of bringing this character to this reality and ultimately offering the most accurate Deadpool suits that you could ever find on the damn West Coast. It's a goal. So a little preliminary work. Here it is. Very simple concept. Look at that. And if we hit M to measure, I believe I even scaled this correctly. Maybe not. About 1/2 inch. Now if we go over to his belt here, 1/2 inch. I understand. You can't see it on your side. Take my word for it. We've scaled it down 1/2 inch, which means this is about 1 inch, hypothetically. And we're just doubling. So then this should end up about 1 inch overall. So if we... we're kind of getting there, Let's try and get our proportions right as much as we can before we even jump in. I'm going to just bump this up just a smidgen. All right. Close enough. Says about 1 inch on my screen here. Take my word for it. Let's go. Now, let's go ahead and explain it. Simple black circle, outline, satin, 2 items. Come on, that should be simple. Okay, let's get this going. Come on, where are we at? Digitize, nice. And we'll just go ahead and hit shift so we can get a nice circle object there. Did that work? That's a lot of dead space silence, damn it. All right. Apparently that didn't work. We're going to have to figure out how to make circles the most simplest shape. And I have more success with digitizing closed. Because we already know if we just copy this, the angle's all off. Look at that. That's not a circle. Come on. There. Very nice. Get rid of this. Get it out. Get it out. Okay. So this is a little interesting because we cannot just trace effectively. We have to use some different techniques, different attempts. Let's go ahead and bring another color in here. All right, there's our black for the background. I'm going to select, copy, paste, outline in red, and a satin. And let's bump this back down. Let's switch over to metric again because it's just a little easier to switch these over instead of doing all that conversion with math. 1.5. You can tell already. 1.5. 175. You can tell already. 175. There we go. Now let's go ahead and just freehand open. And if we're doing this correctly, okay, let's go ahead and hit O. We're going to switch that to a 3. 3.5 looks like. Not bad, not bad. Now Hatch has this wonderful concept. You just hit this pick, right? Click, and it gives you the color that it thinks. So let's go ahead and apply it to both the outside and the inside. Still doesn't match the super bright hyperactive red, but that's okay. Our next section is these eyes here. Now I'm curious. Let's go digitize close. Let's no. Curve hard. Curve. There we go. There we are. Okay. If we hit Control Paste, we should be able to get another. There should be some type of mirror function on top. Mirror on the X. And look at that. For our bonus round today, we'll probably take another stab at this. Dial it in just a little bit more. Make sure that this is 1 inch exactly. Might even throw this into a vector program so we can get some of that symmetry down exactly perfect. And as we measure here, approximately, still on metric, 25 or so, about an inch. Let's go ahead and zoom right on out as we wrap up today's episode of number 5. Look at that. From afar, this is going to go very well on the cardigan. Might even have a couple of those available for some of you people, some of you avid costumers who are eagerly awaiting the MercAtelier to gather its resources as we fund this dream of coming to life. So I'll see you back at the studio as we wrap up today. Once again, my name is Dahv, thanking you so much for stopping by the MercAtelier. We have so much more coming. Today was a little bit of a quicker one, okay? A little bit quicker. This is what we're doing. Difficult, medium. We're just gonna hit all the different levels. Thank you so much for stopping by this commercial-like break of happiness. Yes.